Hi, welcome to SPM Knowledge Hub. So in the last class, we discussed about what is profit and loss account, how to prepare profit and loss account. From the ideas that we had in elementary school mathematics, with the same way, we prepared a P&L account. Then we also had some discussion on some quiz questions. So we'll find out the answers for the quiz question in this video, and we'll discuss what is balance sheet. So this is a first quiz question. That is sales 80,000, purchase of raw material 10,000, electricity charges 15,000, advertisement expense 40,000. So these details are given and we need to prepare profit and loss account for the year ending 31/3/2022. So when you are supposed to prepare P&L account, then we need to have two sides. First side, that is the right side, will be income side and the left side will be the expenses side. And we need to have the heading for the account, that is profit and loss account for the year ended 31/3/2022. The period will be given in the question, the same period you need to take it. Then either side we need to put debit and credit to mention that this side is debit, this side is credit. This is also formalities. Then here we have sales 80,000 rupees. This is income for the company. That is, we earned 80,000 rupees by way of selling goods. So this is income, we are putting it here. Purchase of raw material, this is expense because we spend money for buying the raw material. So this is expense, we need to put in expenses side. Then electricity charges 15,000. This is also expense because we paid for electricity board. So that is also expense. Then advertisement expenses, we paid for advertisement activities. So 40,000 we spent, that is also expense. So these are the items that we took into P&L account. Now if you total it, on the income side we have 80,000, whereas on the expense side we are having 65,000 only, 10, 15 plus 40, 65 only. So income side has higher total. So we need to take the income side total as account total 80,000. 80,000 minus 65,000, we are getting 15,000. So this is the balancing figure. This is profit because income is more than expenses. So this is how we could prepare the profit and loss account for the first question. And now for second question, again some informations are given. Sales 2 lakh, purchase of goods 75,000, transport charges 50,000, salary 75,000, telephone charges 20,000. So again we need to have two sides. And since the first item is sales 2 lakh rupees, that is income, so we need to take it at the income side. Then we have purchase of goods, that is expense. So we are going to take it into expenses side because we spend for purchases. Then transport charges 50,000 rupees, that is also amount spent. Then salaries 75,000, that is also amount spent, that is expenses. Then telephone charges are again expenses 20,000 rupees. Now total expenses 75 plus 50 plus 75 plus 20, 2 lakh 20,000. Whereas on the other side, income side, we are having just 2 lakh only. So expense side has highest amount. So we need to take 2 lakh 20,000 as the account total. 2 lakh 20,000 minus 2 lakh 20,000 is the balancing figure. Since the expense is more than income, this is loss. So this is how we can prepare the profit and loss account. So almost all gave the correct answer for first two questions. Then third and fourth question, we had some nitty-gritties in this problem because something related to balance sheet is also given in this question. And because of this, some people did not work out correctly. So this problem I have given it to introduce you to the concept of balance sheet. So we'll see the problem here. Now, sales 5 lakh is given. Again, we are going to have two signs. Sales the income, so we are going to put it in the income side. Then purchase of raw material, that is expense, so we are going to put it in the expense side. Then wages 20,000, that is the expense, so put it in the expense side. Then purchase of machinery 4 lakh rupees. So this is an item for which you have paid the money and purchased the machinery. Just like purchase raw material, this is also purchase of machinery. But this machinery is useful for next period also. We can use the machinery for production purpose in the next year. So because of this reason, the entire money of 4 lakh rupees is not uh, wasted this year itself. There is some balance utility available. So because of this reason, we are not going to put it into profit and loss account. We are going to put the purchase of machine in a separate sheet. This balance we are going to take into a separate sheet called as balance sheet because this item is useful for next period. Now, wages is an expense that we have spent, but we can't tell to the laborer that I spent the money today, so you need to work next year. That we can't tell. Likewise, purchase raw material. When you purchase the goods and sold it, then we can't use that product to for sales for next year because those things are already gone. Whereas machinery is something useful for next year, so we are going to take it into balance sheet. So this is the last item. Now, if you see account in the expense side, we have 2 lakh, we have 2 lakh 20,000. Whereas in the income side, we have 5 lakh. So income side is having highest total. So you put the 5 lakh as account total. 5 lakh minus 2 lakh 20,000, 2 lakh 80,000 is the profit. So this is how we need to work out this problem. Then the fourth question, sales 5 lakh, loan from Mr. X 4 lakh, purchase raw material 2 lakh, wages 20,000. Here if you see some information are given, we need to prepare the profit and loss account. So again we are having two sides. On the income side we are putting sales because it is an income. Then second item, loan from Mr. X 4 lakh rupees. This is amount we have received, 4 lakh we have received. But since we received the money, it is not an income. We can't take it into income side. Why? Because if we take it into income side, next year Mr. X will go to court. So we can't take this into income side. What we need to do means, if Mr. X asks for repaying the money next year or in the future, then we need to repay. So since something we need to be repaid in the next year, we are going to take it into a separate sheet called balance sheet. So this is not a part of income statement. Then purchase raw material, that is the money spent for buying goods for this year. So 2 lakh, that is the income. Wages 20,000, that also we spend money, so that is also income. Now if you total on the income side 5 lakh rupees, whereas on the expense side 2 lakh 20,000. So 5 lakh is the highest value, so we are going to put 5 lakh as the account total. So 5 lakh minus 2 lakh 20,000, 2 lakh 80,000 is the balancing figure. Since income is more than expenses, this is profit. 2 lakh 80,000 is profit. So this is how we need to work out. So this is a nitty-gritty. Anything that is useful or repayable in next period, that we are going to take it into balance sheet. That is the idea behind the last two problems. So what are things that could be useful for next year? Factory building could be useful. Plant and machinery could be useful. Likewise, we might have some car, vehicle or something that could be useful. We might have invested some money in some other companies or in some bank deposits. So those investments are useful. Likewise, we might have cash and bank balance. Those are useful. Likewise, we will have several useful assets. So those are assets and they will find a place in balance sheet. Since we are having this much of properties and assets, on the other side, we could also have some kind of money repayable. We might need to pay long-term loans. We may need to pay bank loan, short-term loans, overdraft loans, or we may need to pay sundry creditor loans. That is, we might have purchased goods without paying money. They are called as sundry creditors. They gave goods on credit. So they are lenders for goods. They are called as sundry creditors. So we need to repay to them. Likewise, we might have also borrowed money from owners in the form of equity capital. So it is also something repayable at the end of when we are going to close down the company, we are supposed to repay the money. So that is also liability. So these are all liabilities, whereas these three things are outsider liability, capital is the insider liability. So totally we are having 4,70,000 liability, and for the same amount we might be having assets also. Why? Because whatever asset we are having, for that we might have borrowed money from somebody. So equal amount of liability we will be having. When assets and liabilities become equal, then the account will be tallied. With that, our balance sheet will come to an end, or our final accounts will also come to an end. So, whatever happened during the year, find out income and expenses and subtract expenses from income, we will get profit or loss. So that is called as profit and loss account. Then whatever is left out, it could be asset or it could be repayable, that is liability. So it take down a separate sheet called as balance sheet. So when the assets and liabilities are equal, then balance sheet is tallied. With this, our final accounts come to an end. This is what accountant is doing at the end of the year, and he will tally the accounts. So in the next video, we will have some small trial balance and we will work out profit and loss account balance sheet as a full-fledged problem, so that you can have a full view of final accounts. Then afterwards, we'll discuss what is accounting, what is definition of accounting, what is accounting process. So once when you are thorough with this simple problem, and then when you work out go for definitions, then you can easily get an idea of accounting process. This is the future plan. Okay. So when you are having some doubts, you can ask in the comment box or in the WhatsApp. And if you like the video, like and share it, as well as subscribe to our channel. Thank you.